There are many hidden costs when it comes to spending money abroad, which is why in today's video I'll be covering the top 10 money mistakes that travelers make. The first money mistake is not selecting to pay in local currency when you're given the choice. It may seem like it would make more sense to pay in USD if you have a US bank account, but this is almost never the case. Always use the local currency as the rate is going to be significantly closer to the official market rate. On a similar note, another common money mistake is not paying in the local currency when you're using cash. You may find that when you're traveling, you're quoted in both the local currency and in USD. If you have ever been on vacation in the Caribbean, you're probably familiar with being quoted a USD price for your souvenirs as opposed to the Jamaican or Bahamian dollar. Both USD and local currency are often accepted, and that particular vendor is creating their own exchange rate when they give you the price in USD. Before you make a payment, ask what the price would be in local currency. I often find that I'm getting a better price if I pay like a local. And then once you decide how you're going to pay, don't make this next money mistake, which is failing to negotiate. If you're at a market or shopping anywhere where the prices are not clearly displayed, there's often room for negotiation. In Thailand or Vietnam, for example, the starting price could be up to 10 times more than what they're actually willing to let it go for. So always remember to negotiate, but then don't go overboard. 10,000 Vietnamese dong versus 20,000 Vietnamese dong, for example, is only going to be the difference of about 44 cents US, which is likely a rather insignificant amount for you, but could actually make a difference to that vendor. And once you've negotiated and handed your money over, another common money mistake that travelers make is not counting their change. Money mix-ups are very common since the notes of various amounts in some countries can look quite similar. Sometimes these mix-ups happen by accident, but sometimes not. So it doesn't matter how nice the shop owner is. Count your change. Avoid any accidental money mix-ups when you are paying as well. Definitely look at what money you are handing over. The vendor may or may not tell you if you end up paying about 10 times more than the actual price. The next common money mistake absolutely destroyed me on my first trip to Vietnam, and that would be not knowing the ATM fees or the ATM withdrawal limits in your destination. ATMs will dispense local currency, making them a very convenient way to get cash with the debit card that you brought from home. In some cases, like in Vietnam, the ATM withdrawal limits are very low, and then the ATM transaction fees are very high. So you end up paying 5 USD every time that you go to withdraw the equivalent of 50 USD. On my first long stay in Vietnam, I had to generate enough cash, so Vietnamese dong, to pay my landlord for 2 months of rent upfront. I went to the ATM and I would withdraw money, and it ended up taking me about 12 separate transactions, each charged at a $5 fee, to generate enough cash. And that $5 ATM fee was in addition to the foreign exchange fees that my bank was charging me for withdrawing money in Vietnam. And whether you use an ATM or you do foreign exchange with a local bank, the next money mistake would be trying to pay for big expenses using cash. By my second trip to Vietnam, I had discovered Wise and have been using their money transfer service ever since. Which is why, as a long-term customer and user, I'm very happy to have partnered with Wise on this video to share their service with you. Wise, formerly known as TransferWise, is a cheap, fast way to send money to over 80 countries worldwide using the real exchange rate. What I love about Wise is that it doesn't just ask you how much money you want to send, but asks you how much you want the recipient to receive after all fees and currency conversions are factored in. So if I need my landlord to receive exactly 600,000 Vietnamese dong to her Vietnamese account, it will tell me exactly how much I need to send from my Canadian bank account with all the fees upfront. Even with the small fee that they charge to send money internationally, Wise is on average 7 times cheaper than a bank when you send money abroad. Using Wise to make your payment also provides a paper trail of the money that was exchanged, which hopefully you never have to use. Beyond just cheaper money transfers, Wise also offers a multi-currency debit card for travel and shopping abroad, as well as all kinds of other solutions for travelers and people like me that live a pretty international life. You can get started with Wise by using the link in the description to get a transfer of up to £500 or about 650 USD based on the current exchange rate, absolutely free. The next money mistake that travelers make would be converting money at the airport. At the airport, the money exchangers know that tourists need local currency, so they push the prices up and you get a far inferior rate. If ATM fees in the destination are high, then it may be worth bringing some money from home and exchanging them at a local bank outside of the airport once you arrive. And a mistake that continues to cost travelers big time is not knowing the fees for international cell phone usage. I have a Canadian cell phone plan with TELUS, and when I cross the US border, it automatically switches over to AT&T. Just answering a phone call while it was on the AT&T network ended up adding $50 to my cell phone bill. Check your provider's website, and then if in doubt, give them a quick call and see if there's going to be any additional fees. One more phone call that you're going to want to make before you leave home is to your bank. This is going to help you avoid the mistake where travelers end up having their accounts frozen and not be able to use your debit or credit card at your destination. Some banks will allow you to enter your travel dates and your destinations on their online portal or through their app. By doing this, you're preventing it from being flagged as suspicious activity when your card is suddenly being used in another country. A very common and very annoying situation is that despite calling your bank and informing them of your travel dates and destinations, they may still freeze your account. In a case like this, it's good to know what the process would be to unfreeze your account. Some banks will begin the process of unfreezing your account by texting a code to the phone number that's on file. If you don't have access to that phone number to receive texts, you could be in trouble. Ask your bank what the process would be to unfreeze your account if you are flagged for suspicious activity before you leave home. Another common money mistake that travelers make is not researching the tipping culture. Where I am in Canada, we tip for everything. And not even small amounts. I mean like 15% or 20% on a restaurant bill, or even every single drink that a bartender may make you. This is not the case worldwide. In some countries, there is no tipping at all, while in other countries, there's maybe a 5% that is expected as opposed to the 20% like in Canada. And even if you're traveling somewhere where tipping is expected, definitely check your bill. I often find that there's a service fee added on the bottom of it, so the tipping is already factored in and you don't need to pay anything additional. Let us know down in the comments what country you're from and if tipping is expected. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you back here for more travel tips and hacks soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Will you be good? You can hang out if you're good. Yeah. Oh boy, don't get too excited now.